for those head-to-head lanes during the quarterfinal. Pastry, what's your take on both of these teams early?
I think laning-wise, Fnatic actually also stand up here very well. Again, it goes back to their strong solo laners. Forbiven and Huni have had great tournaments, and I think no matter the matchup, they'll always get themselves into a good spot, and they'll be able to play well, especially in the early laning phase, and navigate a tough matchup. It might be Reignover actually that suffers here for Fnatic, because if the jungle pool is not as much to his liking with Gragas sort of out of the pool now, he might not be able to be as effective, because so much of Forbiven and Huni's success has come from Reignover's early pressure. Bottom lane's probably going to be fine. Ku might be able to find an edge there as well, though.
Freak, I can see a little bit of disbelief there.
I've been thinking about it, right? Like, so mid lane I think is totally easy for Fnatic here. Kuro I don't think is going to flex on Febiven at all, and Febiven's a big carry. I think a lot of it comes down to Huni and Smeb here, because these are teams that are fairly evenly matched in overall sort of gameplay sense. And so when teams are kind of at a standstill strategically, the big deal is who can break open the split push. And that just to me is so incredibly important that like it comes down to that individual skill matchup, which is very, very close.
And talking about breaking that open, vision on those side lanes to either enable the split push or disable it. Which team's going to have the better vision? You've already touched on Prey's Ashe, and Hawkshot is something we're trying to talk a little bit more about on air, because it's such a difficult thing to quantify. If Prey gets Ashe, or if their warding's good, who's going to have the better vision?
I mean, Gorilla's already a fantastic support. He was my start already for the quarterfinal. Ku's vision is miles ahead of Fnatic's. Not that Fnatic's is super bad, but again, European teams, they have this tendency to face check where they shouldn't maybe be with champions like Tom Kench, like the Braum, and they can get themselves caught in silly positions. So Ku, a very macro, high-level team. They like to move strategically around the map, and it's because they have strong vision and good sense of where the game's going.
Yep, absolutely agree. Warding's very, very good for these guys.
Historically, Ku's been a team that's played from behind. It's something that you see in the LCK, it happened again in quarterfinals. So with decision-making and strategy, this is something Ku maybe has in their favor a little bit, because Fnatic rarely plays from behind. It's not something they have the most experience with.
It's funny because it's sort of like the Origin SKT thing where like Fnatic are very good with their crazy shot calls. Like, Yellowstar's good at this. Yellowstar's really good at making the right choices. There was the like 22-minute ace they had against EDG in game 1 where they made the right call to go for the 4v2 at Baron, and then Yellowstar sacrificed himself to buy enough time for the Baron to go down. Like, these really smart calls come out of Fnatic. But yes, as you mentioned, Ku are so good at playing from behind that an early game lead is not enough to secure Fnatic the win, and Ku are very good shot callers.
Will they be able to play from behind when Fnatic gets a 24-minute Baron?
I mean,
there are few teams that take as many early Barons as Fnatic.
I mean, honestly, Fnatic are a very aggressive team, and I think that's a big benefit against Ku. Like, late game, they've shown they can make the right decisions.
Closing the game out is a big deal.
Yes, and they have shown that even when behind, the AHQ game certainly comes to mind, they can make the big plays and play late game as well. But Ku have shown a lot of resilience in the mid game, so if they don't get hammered by Fnatic, it should look good. But Fnatic can just come out swinging with the LeBlanc, with the Riven, and just go crazy.
So, gentlemen, we've had a pretty serious discussion here, which is somewhat unexpected considering the tone of PCL today. And I think it's because this is a difficult match to call.
Yes.
So I'm not going to, and I'm going to make you guys do it. Fnatic or Ku Tigers?
What a cop-out. Hashtag frequent. Quickshot doesn't get anything for this.
Who is winning your semi-final, with what score and why?
Well, I thought it was going to be Fnatic beating KT. That has to be Fnatic beating Ku Tigers. I'm still hoping for those 10 points in Pick'em, but I still say it's Fnatic. I do and don't want it to go to 5 games. 5 games are exciting, but at the same time, I just want, like, the fate that Fnatic are really good, so, you know.
It would be a European team in the final.
In some number of games.
Pastry, who's your winner and why?
Well, I already ruined my pick'ems. Thanks for reminding me, Freak.
Yeah,
EDG did not make it through that quarterfinal, but I did predict the winner.
Were they winning Worlds for you or something as well?
Maybe. But I did predict the winner of that quarterfinal to go to the final, so I think it is going to be Fnatic as well. And it's just, again, this run is so hard up this side of the bracket to presumably play SKT. Fnatic have already shown that they're such a strong, resilient team. I think they can beat Ku here and have a very good run at the final.
Now is the question, like, are you like just putting all your EDG faith with Fnatic, or are you like angry at them for knocking your team out?
I certainly hope not, because every time I've seen an Australian LPL cast of faith, it's not ended well. There's your predictions for our semi-finals.